The IRS is forcing even those employees supposed to be safe during the shutdown to face possible furloughs if they take too much leave. This shocking move comes as the agency already furloughed nearly half of its workforce earlier this week, and now warns the remaining shutdown-exempt staff that they too could be temporarily sent home if they exceed certain leave limits. Here's where it gets controversial. The IRS has informed some exempt employees that taking more than 8 hours of leave in a pay period could lead to their furlough for the rest of that pay period, with no guarantee they'll return promptly. And this is the part most people miss. This policy shift was communicated verbally, without any official email or memo, leaving many employees confused and anxious. 3 IRS workers told Federal News Network that supervisors pulled them aside on Thursday to explain these new rules. One employee described the emotional toll, saying, "We were told they were safe. Now they're not. I'm having to call employees and hear them crying, breaking down. This is very hard. Everything changed today." Another employee pointed out the contradiction. Just recently, they had signed paperwork confirming their exemption from furlough during the shutdown, with assurances that leave and pay would continue as normal. This sudden policy change is especially unsettling, considering the IRS's original plan. The agency kept all its employees working for the first 5 business days after the shutdown began, preparing for the upcoming filing season, a critical time for tax collection and government revenue. However, those contingency plans didn't clearly address what would happen if the shutdown extended beyond October 7th. Despite giving furlough notices, the IRS's guidance on back pay is equally confusing. Initially, furloughed employees were promised back pay once the shutdown ended, reflected in a standard furlough letter available on the IRS website. But just this past Thursday, the IRS retracted the guarantee, instead deferring to the Office of Management and Budget stance, which suggested that back pay might not be assured for furloughed employees this time around. What happened to the promise of reimbursement? This reversal has sparked concern and frustration among the workforce. Adding to the confusion, one employee reported that their furlough notice mysteriously vanished from their official work email, though a copy remains in their personal inbox. A strange and troubling detail that raises questions about transparency. Legislation signed by President Trump in January 2019, which ended the previous record 35-day government shutdown, did guarantee back pay to furloughed employees once the shutdown ended. So why the mixed messages now? The exempt employees are told verbally they will return to work later this month, but they have yet to receive any written confirmation. Managerial responses have been non-committal, with promises uncertain at best. Furthermore, employees who exceed the 8-hour leave limit face furloughs that might last the rest of the pay period. And while some are told they could be recalled next pay period, those assurances come with a big maybe. This uncertain approach creates a stressful environment, especially during a critical time when the IRS should be fully staffed to handle major tax code changes set to take effect next filing season. IRS contingency plans updated just hours before this policy shift reveal the agency intends to keep 53% of its workforce active during the ongoing shutdown, prioritizing those in direct taxpayer services roles. Yet, an IRS-wide furlough launched this past Wednesday exempted only a specific group of already identified employees, signaling a broad scaling back of operations. This situation raises a provocative question. Does furloughing staff, who are crucial to maintaining federal tax revenue protection during the filing season, make sense? Former IRS Commissioner John Koskinen argues it does not, emphasizing that employees involved in protecting federal property, which includes tax revenue, should be exempt from furloughs during an appropriation lapse. Larry Gibbs, another former commissioner, echoes this concern, warning that current furloughs could hamper the IRS's readiness and potentially disrupt the filing season. So what are your thoughts? Should the government keep IRS employees fully at work during a shutdown to ensure essential tax functions continue unimpeded? Or is it fair to enforce strict leave policies and furlough exemptions to manage limited resources? The IRS's current approach reveals significant contradictions and has left many employees feeling uncertain and unheard. Join the conversation and share your views in the comments below. For further questions or to discuss the latest federal government developments, reach out to reporter John Heckman via email at jheckman@federalnewsnetwork.com or on Signal at jheckman.29. Copyright 2025, Federal News Network, all rights reserved. Note: this website is not intended for users in the European Economic Area.